Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. Today we are going to go ahead and make some Mongolian beef. For this recipe, you are going to need some steak. I use either flank steak or I use beef stir fry. You're going to need to use this chili garlic sauce, minced garlic. You can never have too much garlic. Soy sauce. I'm using two different ones because I'm about to run out of this one. And you will need cornstarch. The vegetables that you need for this is onions, bell pepper. I use green and red, and then that's all I use. I also got my rice cooking before I started this video. And I also am making apple cider. It's a mess here. All kinds of things. So, the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to take out your steak, put the bag in there, and then you're going to cut this into little cubes. So currently when I'm recording this video, it is a Monday night after a hectic day at work. How was your guys' work day? Did anything fun happen? Did anything not fun happen? How was your Monday? I used to always think that Mondays were the worst days of the week. But now I look at them as the best days of the week because it's a new start to my week. That's just how I always want to start off. So I have a few different things of steak. So you're just gonna cut those up into little squares. This knife sucks. This is my Japanese knife. My fiance got it for me for Christmas last year, and it literally cuts through me like it's butter. So you're just gonna want little squares for this. I'm also going to revamp this into burrito bowls for later this week. We like variety in my apartment, in my house, I guess. So I will be cooking some lime rice with this as well and making it into a burrito bowl. So yeah. I will see you guys after I'm done cutting all of this cubed. Gonna move this, gonna move my little buddy closer to y'all. You guys like my little Christmas pig? I love it. Anyways, so you're gonna pretty much coat your steak with cornstarch. Don't use too much. Working with cornstarch honestly like scares me. So we're just gonna get that coated after I just washed my hands. Such a shame, such a shame. Okay, we're gonna set that aside for right now. Dry our hands off, and then we're gonna work on the sauce itself. So we'll move that aside. So for the sauce itself, I always eyeball this again, as you guys know. I just kind of make sure that it all looks good. You only want to use a little bit of this chili garlic sauce, by the way. This is super spicy. And you just don't want a lot of it. We'll do that much. There was this one time that I made chicken and rice with it, and it was horrible. Oh my goodness, I forgot. This recipe also requires brown sugar. Let me grab that. I keep my brown sugar in these cute little things. So we're just gonna scoop some brown sugar in there. Not a lot, of course, because you don't want to outweigh the spice, but just enough to give it a kick. Please excuse me while I try and gnaw this off. Excuse me. Excuse me? Excuse me. There we go. So, this is probably one of the easier sauce recipes that I make. But you're just gonna fill the rest of it up with soy sauce. I wish I would have known this wasn't open. We're just gonna fill the rest of it up with soy sauce. You don't want too much because there's obviously not a lot of steak for this recipe. You can make a lot of steak, but that's completely up to you. I'm only one person and Jacob's only one person. So you're just gonna get that stirred up. I find it easier to use chopsticks when I'm using these type of recipes instead of, I don't know, a stirring stick. It's just something that I grew up doing. But by all means, use whatever you'd like. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more garlic in there because I love me some garlic. Perfect. So from here, what you're going to do is you're gonna set this aside. I may put a little bit more brown sugar just to thicken it up. You want kind of a thicker sauce for this recipe, so we'll just throw a little bit of brown sugar in there. But your next step is you're gonna go to your stove. Alrighty, guys. So now we're at the stove. Right there. You're going to want to coat this pan. Just make sure it has enough oil for all of your little steaks. Gross. And you're going to, don't put it on high because you don't want to cook it too high. But I go ahead and start it at a 7. And then you're just going to plop your steak in there. Make sure that it's getting all separated so it's an even cook. I did just clean my stove with like everything, like my whole little whatever these are called, and the outside, all of that good stuff. So if you see like stuff coming up from the bottom, it's just because it was just cleaned. And then while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get these started. I like to use these frozen vegetables because, again, I don't go through a lot of vegetables. I don't go through a lot of vegetables often. So they just go bad normally. So we're just going to get this started. Put it on this side because I am left-handed. That is like the one bad thing about me, is that I am left-handed, so everything I do is wrong. It's at least what people tell me. I think I do it pretty okay. So we're going to wait for this to get heated up, and then I will show you what it looks like once it's starting to cook. Okay guys, it's almost done cooking, so I'm now going to put the vegetables and the sauce in. So we're going to first put those right on top. I'm going to move that. I'm going to stir that in. And then we're going to pour the sauce in. We'll keep that around for later, and then we're just gonna stir everything together and let it simmer in the sauce. Gonna turn this up just a little bit more so it starts to get sticky and thick. You want a thick sauce for this, just because you want it to stick to the steak. Perfect. So we're just gonna let that simmer, and then I will see you guys back at the countertops. Alrighty, so we are now done. I have plated my food. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Got myself a heaping thing of rice. I may put some furgake on it, actually. This is just rice seasoning. I love this. This is like, if you ever go to an Asian market, this is what you need to get. Put some on top of my... There we go. So that is my Mongolian beef recipe. Again, let's do a little take with the furgake on it. So good, so good. I also made myself some Thai tea. So good. So good, it just wants to fall out of my hands and come to you guys. Let's go ahead and do a taste test, shall we? This is so good. This is honestly really good. I haven't made Mongolian beef in so long. So good. I highly recommend this. I should really make this more often. So, I'm gonna go ahead and play some Minecraft and eat the rest of my food. And you should try it. Here you go.